What's up, everybody, and welcome to Real Labs right here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host today, Mr. James John. I'm in virtual studio with some very good friends of mine, some comedians that you guys all know and love. We're going to first start with Miguel Colon Jr., the man who helped start all of this wonderful hilarity that you guys keep supporting, and we thank you for that. Miguel, what is going on, my friend?
Not much, man. I'm doing good, guys. I went yard sale shopping this weekend.
Whoa, wait a
And
minute, like a
yeah,
wait a minute.
I saw the sign, it said yard sale shopping. I said, let me try this out. It was all junk.
That's
I was like, you
always.
just trying to clear out your drawers. This isn't yard sale shopping. Like, this isn't like, and it was like three houses together. You guys ever been to those? Like the
Yes,
cul-de-sac?
yes.
And I was just looking around at this and I was like, y'all cleaned out your junk drawer and
Mhm.
then threw some tags on. Do you know? Let me kind of just let you know a couple items that were for sale at this yard sale.
Mhm.
One was, one of them igloo coolers. I'll show you right now because I did buy one. So one of these
Oh
joints
yeah.
unused.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, they had five of them. This is the one with the lid.
Wow.
And they were like, "Yeah, but you can still do stuff with it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm out."
I'm out.
Then also, they had this was the most ridiculous one. They had all the AV cords sitting around, like the yellow to blue, the yellow to white,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I'm like, nobody's buying this. And then this is the one that offended me though. Out of all, they had a microwave there. And I said, okay, man, I actually want to get another microwave. I want to put it on our tour bus with Busey's. We have a microwave in there, but it's big. And I want to
Mhm.
put a smaller microwave. So I was like, oh, let me see. So I look at it and I said, hey, anything wrong with this microwave? And the guy goes, it doesn't light up anymore. And I was like, the light on the inside? Like, cause that's I don't need my food to like, be
Yeah.
no, he's like, no, none of the buttons or numbers. And I was like, so what do you mean? He's like, I'll show you. He plugs it in. You can't see what you're doing. So like I said, man, that's kind of important. I need to know if I put this for 13 minutes or 13 hours. He's like, yeah, you got to keep an eye on it.
Hey, that popcorn no pop, bro.
It's
Real-
turned to diamond.
Real quick, that other voice that you hear right now is the Godfather of Orlando comedy. He's also Idris Elba, and today we gave him a new nickname. He is officially, what is it? Deacon, Reverend, Bishop.
He's Reverend Brother Deacon Doctor Ken Miller. He's a church going man.
Should it be Ken Tato?
Yeah, can't tell you, yo.
It depends on what church.
Hey, man, yo. Went to church today. First of all, before I go into church, man, shout out to Roberto Fontmini.
Yeah.
Friday, the Funny Fridays, the first show, he had about 70 people there, man. Shout out to
That's what's
everybody that came. It was an amazing show. And this week we got Lisa Rod Davis, who should be on the show for Real Laughs, hopefully sometime this week. But yeah, man. So I went to church today. And it was dope.
What kind of church is it that you go to? Like,
that's
New
true.
Church,
Good
New
question.
Church of Faith.
Church
New Church of Faith is in Pine Hills, kind of like on the outskirts, right across from Evans High School. Ain't that
Oh,
Pine
yeah.
Hill? Yeah,
Okay,
right across
yeah.
from Evans High School. It's Baptist,
Yeah.
Baptist church. And
Who
we
is your
came-
pastor, Ken?
Pastor Russ and Mika Beecham. It's a
Pastor
husband and wife.
Dutchy.
And they both they preach together. I call them Run DMC.
That's
They
funny.
preach together, which I've said this before, man, to my friends. I grew up in a holiness church. Women weren't allowed behind the pulpit, like
Mm.
at all. So when I got old and started going to different churches and started women being pastors and preachers and stuff like that, that was a culture shock for me because I didn't grow up that way.
Got
You know what I'm
you.
saying? I
Got you.
grew up with a suit and tie. Women wore dresses,
Yep.
but now like my church does themes. Like this month is all about going back to school. So like the first week was like college. Then last week was like where your fraternity or sorority colors.
Your
and
church,
Wait a
your
minute.
church is a bar downtown?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, it's Taco
Hey.
Tuesday. We gonna
Hey.
pray for the Lord and for the tacos. We
Bro.
gonna pray.
Bro,
Hey, but the crazy thing is, you say that, Miguel, but it's old school people who
Yeah.
don't believe in that.
But I
They
think this
believe
man-
you need to be suit, tie, and a dress going to
that's
church.
how we were raised, Ken.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to religion, being happy and enjoying it while still keeping with the message seems to be the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
So I
Bruh.
like when I hear about churches that are like, hey, we're just about being happy and keeping with the message.
Come as you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, because I mean,
Come as you are.
most famous picture of Jesus that we know of, he was drinking with his homies and eating.
Hey,
And they was
for
over there in
real.
robes and sandals.
Yeah.
I always tell people, like, I look at Jesus and I don't see a guy who wants me to be there early in the morning talking about my problems. This dude's like, hey, let's get up for lunch.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let's go to brunch.
No,
Get
Yeah,
some
no,
let's
brunch.
get some
brunch.
wine.
Jesus did. Hey, wine. That's
Hey.
brunch.
Jesus
like,
was in
hey, man.
construction.
Yeah,
On Saturday,
hey,
he wants to be
hey.
Saturday, Sunday, he wants to be left alone.
Hey, you looking at the Last Supper picture like, yo, dude, the Peter got on the Lakers jersey? What?
Hey, that was their
Kobe. Fuck Kobe.
that was their fantasy football draft.
Pontius
man.
Pilate.
Bro. I'm telling you, yo, man, a lot of you'll see it. A lot of people, like when they would post videos, like people, like old school churches are like, what y'all got on, like jeans and t-shirts today? Like, you know,
Yeah.
if you're coming to get the word, you coming
Bro,
to get the word no matter
hey,
what you wear, bro.
Think about it. Jesus had on a toga, dude. Like,
Yeah, yo. Jesus rolled out of bed. That's not what all the pictures we ever see of Jesus preaching. That's not what he wore to work. He's not gonna be on a roof dressed like that. That was Jesus. That was his chill outfit. Jesus had drip. And then the thing is, too, this is something for me though. I think that when churches like the one you go to are welcoming, it definitely spends a better message. Because here's the thing: there are really lots of people out there that don't have Sunday clothes to go to church and want to hear the message and want to be a part of it. And I when I was a kid, I used to go with some of my homeboys to like church, go to the church vans would pick up. Remember when the church van would just come and kidnap kids?
Bro.
Yes.
Just kidnap some kids.
Nobody even knew the driver. No parents ever
Nobody
met him.
knew where we were going. I was just like, yo, man, what's up, man? You said they got hot dogs? Man, I'll go hear about this dude. What's up? You know? But I would go with my friends, and I would sometimes go with them to church, or sometimes your homeboys would beg you, like, yo, please come with me, man. I want to be there. Please come with me. You're like, all right. Or you'd stay the night at somebody's crib, and they're like, hey, we go to church in the morning. You coming? And you're like, oh, okay. And one of the things I noticed was there was a lot of churches that I visited with my homeboys when I was younger, and I'm not talking about all churches, but where they were real judgmental on the people they were supposed to not be. They would literally be like, did you see what so-and-so came in here wearing? And I was like, and the preacher just have this long talk about God accepts everybody. They're like, God does, but
I don't have
Holy Trinity on Zion Mountain, you supposed to come drip.
Hey,
You know?
it was called Sunday's Best.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be your Sunday's best. But I feel like now that, you know, we've evolved as people, bro. Times have changed. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay if you come to church in a t-shirt and some jeans, as long as you get the word. And the day the word was about forgiveness, bro.
Church is like the airport, you know, just be comfortable. It's going to be
Jesus had on Birkenstocks. Come on, man.
Come on, bro. They had sketches on back in the New Testament, bro. Come on, arch fit.
Jesus sitting there combing his beard. Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just Mary Magdalene gonna be there. Hold on, let me get my cologne. Hey, girl. You look like you need to be saved.
Walk around the country just saving and healing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, is me and Judas till the wheels fall off. What up, hey, where you get that silver from, Daddy? Okay. Judas buying dinner today. Hey, this is my ride or die. Ride or die. What's up, Paul? Paul never got no money for no catfish and wine, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
My man Judas, yo, he be grinding, just be showing up with bags of silver. We don't even know where it come from. Why you sad, dog? Be happy, Judas. Why you crying? Why you crying, Jay? With me, baby.
Who invited those Roman guards?
Yeah, hey, what's up? Look at the police. Hey, yo, police. Yo, Roman guard ass, skirt wearing, sandal ass. Hat got a mohawk on it.
Hey, I don't care. They can't do nothing to me. You know who my dad is?
Yo, Pop, tell him, yo. Hey, real quick, I gotta roll out, man. I got a roof to work on tomorrow. All right, catch y'all. Hey, Mark, Matthew, y'all wow. Y'all wow. Hey, what up, Mary Mag? What up, girl? Y'all walk you home. Hey, let me do this thing. Judas. Oh, money bags ass. You ate some when the rooster crows a couple times. I want you to tell me where that money came from.
Oh,
Hey,
No, wallet.
hey, when they finally caught him too, Peter at the bar. Hey, dog,
Yeah.
you know Jesus? I ain't never heard that dude
I
in
never
my
heard
life.
of him, man.
I don't know that dude. Hey,
No,
no,
Jesus. No.
I saw you
I thought.
healing with him back in that. No, bro.
Nah, with me.
I
Look,
don't
man,
know
Hey,
that
I'm
dude.
gonna
good.
tell you three. I'm gonna tell you 3 times. I don't know him. Okay.
Bro, look, hey, look, I'm on Facebook. Y'all friends.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know that dude, son.
Nah, man.
No,
I follow
bro.
him, but I don't know
I don't
him.
know him, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
I follow him, but I don't follow
Follow
him.
him.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
man.
man.
He posts good cooking videos.
Yeah.
Yo, his TikTok is fire, bro.
Yo, you ever seen that water in the wine video?
What?
Crazy.
Bro, his recipes.
Crazy.
He took
3
a
million
basket of
views.
fish, and then it was a party every time with him.
Every time,
Mm.
bro. You gotta
Hey.
follow this dude. I'm telling you. But I don't
Yo,
Yeah,
follow him.
I
I'm
don't
just
follow.
saying. I
I'm just
him.
saying Jesus throws the best fish fry. That's all I'm saying, son.
Oh man, so but it was a good sermon, man. Like I said, it was about forgiveness, man. And you know, James, we've talked about this on the show a lot about our age and about changing as you get
We
older.
changed.
And it's people I've been for. I mean, I got a sister that doesn't even talk to me,
Wow.
and all my flesh and blood. And
Wow.
I've been forgiving her. You know, growing up without my father, and as I got older, learning how to forgive him.
It's hard though.
So he can be a better grandfather to his grandkids.
You're right about that.
It's comics out there that I've had issues with that I have like, hey man, you know what? We cool. And we actually got to sit next to one of our mentors while he was passing away, and we squashed that beef, which
That's
we probably
awesome.
wouldn't have done if I wasn't the one. Like, hey dog, man, we too old. We're not 40s. Like, even if you in your 20s and 30s, like you got to get past it. But me as being an older person, health-wise, happiness, just being able to move on with life, man. I have chosen to let stuff go, bro.
You're smart.
Really have, dude.
You're smart.
I've learned this, man, when it comes to forgiveness. The first thing that you need to realize when it comes to forgiveness is this is for you. Actually.
Yes.
You know, like this is that's why sometimes we will hold on to it as though we're punishing somebody else for it. But until we forgive, we're just punishing ourselves. And we were talking about this earlier. We had mentioned this before in passing, that forgiveness has nothing to do with still liking the person or having anything to do with them anymore.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, it just means you don't hold a grudge that's tethering you two together. You both are free from each other now. And I mean, you know, sometimes there's a person who's done something wrong to so many people, and you're like, I can only forgive you for the parts that have to do with me.
Yeah.
I can't forgive you for everything you've done because I don't have that say. But I can forgive you for what I hold against you or whatever. But I mean, a lot of forgiveness to me means also just deciding, do I still need to associate with this person or not? And it's okay to be like, I forgive you, but we're just, you know, we're done.
And that's where I had to get to that point. I'm like, hey man, I'm not gonna sit here and hate this person because it takes more energy out of me. It takes more it takes me out of a good place when I'm worried about hating somebody.
And that's the main thing he was saying, yo. It's taking you out of. He did this whole breakdown about health and not forgiving people, how it's literally killing you.
Yes,
it's literally killing you.
Killing you.
If you listening to this, man, let it go.
That's right.
Forgive them and move on. And like I said, you ain't got to associate with it. You ain't got to.
Nope.
But for your health and well-being, Bishop Don Juan Miller says, let it go. And before we go to commercial, let the church say,
Amen.
Amen.
There you go. Yeah, we do have to go to commercial real quick. When we get back, we actually have a brand new sponsor that want to shout out. Before we go to break, I want to remind you guys to follow us on social media. Go to Instagram, follow us. Go to Facebook and follow us. And now you can go to YouTube. You can subscribe, like, and comment, and share. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right here on Real Laughs 104.1. Everybody, you are still listening to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host today, Mr. James John, joined in virtual studio with some good friends of mine, some comedians you guys love. Mr. Ken Miller in the house, aka Idris Elba. We also got Miguel Colon Jr. in the house. And I forgot, Ken, what's your nickname again, man?
Baby, I'm Thanos Jr. today, bro.
Thanos Jr. snapping on these fools, man. You got to. And I also want to remind
you. Go nowhere, so y'all good. Because I forgave y'all. The Bishop Don Juan Miller forgave y'all, bro.
Oh, real quick, give me 30 seconds to say some nerd stuff to everybody listening to you guys. I read a Reddit thing that was talking about how Thanos when he did the snap. All right, everybody, please just give me 30 seconds. The people are like, "Oh God, he's talking that nerd crap." No,
Love
but
it.
when he did the snap in the Marvel movies, he didn't even know if the snap was going to get rid of him or not. He was that equal and non-biased on it. He
That's
was going to
right.
snap away half of the universe, and if it was going to get him, it was going to get him. And they say when he snapped, it did get him, and that's why he saw her in the Soul Stone, Gamora. But then the gauntlet brought him back. So he was such a G. He was
Ah,
like, all of us, whoever.
Yeah.
that's not bad. That's
That's
not
why I'm
bad.
voting Thanos 2024.
I'm
He
with
I
has a
got
it.
you
platform I can
all
follow.
day.
Who's Thanos' running mate? Thanos 2024. Who's his running
The
mate?
Joker.
The Joker?
I
Nah,
let
I
Joker
think
be. I let Joker be VP. I take a
I'm gonna
Joker
go with
VP.
like with Doctor Doom. I feel like
Mm,
that because Doctor Doom's getting his platform ready for 2028
he
or
would
still
be.
Trump. You know,
Trump's still the best villain. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
amazing, bro. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
because the
Oh,
Joker kill him. Joker
yeah, he
trying to get that
would.
presidency, bro. He's like,
Absolutely.
man.
yeah.
Oh, real quick. I know we talked about it a lot last week, but I will say this one more time, Ken. The internet is undefeated. You know
Undefeated.
how we talk about the Montgomery Brawl, we're making all
Yeah,
them
yeah,
jokes, and everybody
yeah.
had them different memes. I got to give a shout out to Barry Naylor. He made a post in black and white. It was the remake of Malcolm X looking out the window with the AK, but he
But
had
he
a
got the
folding
chair.
chair. Bro.
Oh, fire.
This how you know it was fire, bro. Like celebrities shared that. Yo, that's how you
Bro,
know it was fire.
that
Celebrity share.
I was like, I got up and slow clap like a John Hughes movie in the 80s. Like that, brother.
I seen a dude. He made a video where him and his homeboys was like talking. They're like, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "Hey, yo, I don't trust them dudes. I don't trust them dudes." He's like, "You strapped?" He's like, "Yeah, you know it." And he pulls up his pants, and then it's like a little Barbie folding chair in his ankle, and he's like reaching for it.
Bro. Haha Davis had a warehouse full of chairs. Like, yo, we ready. Like, oh man, we don't condone violence, but we will laugh at it.
We
Just
will
to let
laugh at
everybody
it.
out there
Hey,
know.
when that brother came up swimming, I was like, he's defying stereotypes.
Like, and had a great looking stroke too. Like,
Bro,
man,
Oh
look
yeah,
at
he
him.
was.
and what
He was the one they were
tired?
most scared of. They were like,
Yeah.
they can swim.
Well,
Yo,
Like,
first of all, and he wasn't tired.
no.
Like he was ready to fight, bro. You know, I would have got out there that water and laid down.
I wouldn't have been able to get up when I realized how high up it was to lift my. I'd have one leg up and you kicking me. Hey, I'd be like, somebody help me! Somebody help me! Somebody help me!
Man, yo, how he exercise and then win a piece of ass? Like, come
It
on,
reminds
man.
me of in the third Alien movie when the alien fell in water and all of a sudden we saw it swimming. We're like, they can swim. You know?
Bro. Oh, the
man.
internet undefeated. I just had to bring it up
Undefeated.
real quick. That made me laugh. Barry Naylor, shout out to you, man. Y'all go follow my man on Instagram. Funny as hell. I got to bring up real quick. We have a new sponsor, if you will. I
Yeah,
want to shout them
boy.
out. Yeah. Now, Magic and Superheroes is a new magic show about the powers of superheroes. It's going to be happening on Monday, August 21st at the Wingate by Wyndham here in Orlando. Now, there is no magic show like this. You guys are going to absolutely love it. It's Magic and Superheroes by James D. Watkins. It's happening again on Monday, August 21st. Magic and Superheroes for that show, you guys need to call 407-761-8352, or you can go to phoenixproductions.com, and that's phnxproductions.com. Again, the show is happening on August 21st. That's a Monday. Magic and Superheroes. Don't forget to call 407-768352.
Nice.
All right, nice, man. That was cracking me up, man. And really, I want to touch on something we just talked about in our last segment about forgiveness, Ken. And I will tell everybody out there, Ken truly does live by what he tells you, people. He's just not doing this so we can put it on the radio. Ken helped me and another comic mediate, and we actually were not on good terms. And now that Ken stepped in and said, "Hey, man, we too old to be acting like this." Me and that comic get along. So I just want to shout out Ken, man. You really do live by those
You
words,
had
man.
Buddy on your show.
I did.
You had him on your
Absolutely.
show. You know what I'm
And we had a
saying?
great time. And
had a
he
good
actually
time.
enjoyed himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's
So,
why I'm just like, man, you gotta let stuff go, man. Like health reasons, just like, and you also never know letting it go what you and that person have in common.
a lot.
That
Yeah.
you had been hiding because you guys didn't like each other, or something that you guys get back together and become friends, and then you build something like, yo, dude, I like this, you like that. Oh, and now you done started a business. You make like it's so much stuff to just forgiving and moving on.
It's almost like the Ice Cube Mac 10 movie, Thicker Than Water. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Even though Ice Cube and Mac 10 don't talk no more, but
they don't.
Yeah. I was about to say. The movie was about forgiveness and peace.
That's a terrible example, bro.
Yeah. And now it ends with them not being friends. But at one time,
I'm gonna tell you, there have been some friend public celebrity breakups that really hurt me, and I wish this wasn't true, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. When Dame
Dash Jay-Z,
bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like,
The Rock?
what?
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? I felt like I found out mom and dad were breaking up, and I was like, I don't know who I'm going with. Oh God.
Yeah.
Like I'm staying with. Yeah. And then to find out like they didn't like each other for a while. I was hoping it would have been one thing that just set it off.
Dog, I'm gonna tell you the one that got me more than anything, bro. And you y'all gonna feel this, B. How Cap betrayed Iron Man, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on,
Listen,
man.
Ken,
Yo, but
he's my friend.
His parents.
The best line is when he was like, he's my friend, Tony. So are you.
No, the best one was no. He told him, "You don't deserve that shield,
bro."
And he dropped
it. He dropped it because here's the deal: we will never challenge that Captain America is honorable.
Never.
He's an honorable man. He dropped the shield once he realized you're right. But he had way too much love for Bucky. That was his downfall.
Yeah, that was his ride or die. Oh, his real one.
Like, that was his real one back in 1942. And then he hadn't seen him for like 8 years. Captain America was 20 years old probably when he joined the military, or 18. He was a young buck. Him and Bucky had been friends for like 18 years. I feel like him and Tony been friends for like 8 years already as a grown-up. It's like, what would have more fun? Like, you was friends when you and Bucky were, oh, let's get an egg cream and throw some rocks at the colors, you know? And, you know, now you hanging out with Tony and he's like, oh, let's take the Bugatti out and let's go get some girls. And it's one of those where you're like, yo, I'm riding with this dude more.
I'm going to say this. What makes me, first of all, I'm Team Iron Man forever. But what makes me hate that character of Captain America is what you just said. This dude done woke up after 70 years and he ain't racist.
No, dude, when he saw Nick Fury, he'd be like, hey.
His best friend, a black dude now? Come on, bro.
He woke up, he saw Nick Fury, and he'd be like, oh, good. Porter, get this stove going for me. Find me some pork chops. And I'm going to tell you the truth right now. If a dirty Irish touches any of my food, he's going to catch the backhands, see?
Hey, by the way, if you can sneak in some of them colored women in the back, that would be
let
great.
me get some of them big breasts as mammies. Yeah. That's like my whole thing with with Superman. I'm like, y'all know Superman was born in Kansas in the 1930s, or he grew up there. Yeah. I know y'all want to believe Superman is like really cool, but Superman definitely uses racial slurs we don't even know about anymore. He's like, which one of those Jiminy crickets over there is gonna move my bag? Like he looks at a bunch of people. He's like, oh, look at these tippy tops, and you're like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, it's bad.
Go back. He said, I want some of them big-breasted mammies. He wants a woman from the Tom and Jerry.
Hey, let me get Butterfly McQueen over here. Let me get them big old sandbags, bro. Man, me in the kitchen cooking shortbread. They're like, you can't sing that song. Hey. You can't. You ain't even allowed to sing. Nick, hold up. What did you say? Colonel Nick Fury?
Remember his original name was Jasper. Remember, she's
that's right. Jasper the cat. Yeah. Oh my God. That's because they never asked him what his name was, because he ain't talk. It was like Roots. Jasper.
We were talking about that last night. We was at the Improv talking about Tom and Jerry. Remember Crambone?
Oh yeah.
I went to court and he did right. Crambone.
Hey, he was on TV and the thing popped and Tom like, he was like.
Hey, my favorite part about Tom and Jerry is like Tom and Jerry were in that situation where they were beefing with each other, but their beef would stop anytime they saw value to be together. And I was like, that's Tom and Jerry, just old school gangsters in New York. They're like, hey, sometimes I shoot up Vinny Santangelini, but he's also my cousin.
Hey, I gotta show y'all this picture. So remember these dudes right here. The three
Yeah,
cats.
the Cool Cats.
I got to tell y'all the story, man. So Friday night there was an incident at the Improv, and somebody stepped to Krista. And
What?
yeah, and so me, Chris, and Dwayne popped up.
Yep,
Chris
just like the Cool Cats.
And I sent to that picture. I said, we popped up like them cats off Tom and Jerry, bro. With the hats
Bro,
up. Hey, Miguel, remember they were walking, leaning forward?
Lean forward, yeah. They was just thugs, man.
Y'all was like Michael Jackson in a Smooth Criminal video. Just,
bro. I sent them that picture, bro. We laughed about that for like 30 minutes, bro. I tell you another celebrity, like when NWA broke up. That was another one.
Bro.
That's another one, bro. Ice Cube was like, hey, man,
Cube
I ain't
left
getting
first.
this paper.
Yeah, Cube left
I ain't
first.
getting this paper, bro. That's another one that got me too.
When NWA broke up too, man, when he came out with No Vaseline, and it was, and I didn't hear No Vaseline until probably like a month or two after it came out. So I had heard people talking about it. And when I heard it, I was like, they're never getting back together.
Yeah, man. That's
bro.
for real, bro. No Vaseline was so hard. They was like, hey, Q, we sorry.
Hey, that song is still ranked as like top 5 diss tracks.
Dude, it's evil, bro.
Bro,
it's pure evil.
The title is evil.
Yeah. No. Tony Stark should have had Ice Cube write a diss song for him for Cap. Yo.
Yeah. Do you know that there's a deleted scene in, I want to say, Iron Man 2? There's a deleted scene in Iron Man 2. You can find it on the YouTube with Tony Stark's talking to Ghostface Killer.
Yep.
They're at a party. They're at a party and they're talking about Bugattis or something. Yeah. And it's Tony and Tony Stark, both tones.
Talking. I love that
deleted
scene
because Disney was like, I'm scared of this.
Yeah.
And it's funny because to get Ghostface to be on the actual movie, they had to bring in Raekwon because nobody understands Ghostface but Raekwon.
Yeah,
like Ghostface talks
with a salamander, ice cold, stare Jerry dripping. What do you think, Ray? hey, they bring Raekwon up. Hey, can they bring Raekwon up like he's your interpreter in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Ghostface like Sean John dripping with the salamander smile, and Ray's like, yeah, he says there's a couple guys over the ridge. They got a radio and a mortar.
hey, sniper at 6 o'clock.
Atomic Lioness looking like, Atomic Lioness, Kevin McAllister, Home Alone style. He says that road's good. That road's good. Thanks, Ray. Ray's dope. Hey, somebody get Ray up here. Somebody get Ray up here. We got RZA now. Hitman 1, can you get Ray up here? Tell him we got a Salamander Sanjan dripping situation. We just want to know if that bridge can hold the weight.
Oh my goodness!
Oh God, I love it. All right, man. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more hilarity, more funniness right here on Real Laughs, Real Radio 104.1. Welcome back, everybody. You are still listening to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host today, Mr. James John, comedian extraordinaire, joining virtual studio with some very funny comedians. I got Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. from the Sausage Castle fame. Google that when your wife's not around. And we also got Mr. Ken Miller, deacon, bishop, all around good guy.
Reverend Brother Deacon Dr. Ken Miller.
All that.
Tambourine solo for Jesus.
Keep the offering plate moving. All right. I want to remind you guys that we have a great sponsor that y'all need to check out if you like great food and you like good wine. And I'm talking about Wine for Oysters. They got 2 locations for you guys to choose from. One in East Orlando and one in the Dr. Phillips area. It is brand new. You got to check it out. It's at 7645 Turkey Lake Road. Now, people, every Sunday they host live music brunch. They got unlimited mimosas, Bloody Marys, and sangria. And the whole time you're there enjoying it, you can mix and match your drinks. Great food, French crepes, sweet and savory fillings, traditional favorites like shrimp and grits. You guys got to check them out. And on August 21st, in their Alafaya location, they're going to be doing dirty trivia. That's right. So you guys definitely want to go check that out. Nasty. 2 locations you guys to check out. Make sure you follow them on social media at Facebook and on Instagram, Wine for Oyster. And if you guys go there right now, you get your first oyster shooter on them. That's right. If you mention Real Laughs 104.1. All right. Now, fellas, let me ask you this real quick. We were talking about breakups before. We're talking about friendship. We're talking about forgiving people. Have you ever met a person that you were for sure like, man, I am not going to enjoy this person. I am not going to like them at all. But once you finally meet them, you're like, dude, I actually like this person. And I'll go first. I had heard so many horrible things about Carlos Mencia. I heard about the whole stealing of jokes thing. I had heard about he wasn't a really good dude. And I will tell you, I was expecting when I got the host for him probably like 4 or 5 years ago at the Orlando Improv, I was expecting him to be the biggest jerk on earth. I come to find out I couldn't be more wrong. He was the nicest, most supportive comic I'd ever met in my life. Excuse me. Every night he wanted to hang out after the show. He would stay and talk to every single guest that was at his show for 30 minutes. And he wouldn't rush for the next show because he had another show to do. If people waited in line to talk to him, he would not leave until he talked to every single person. He was the nicest dude and probably the nicest famous comedian I've ever got to work with to see him go to that level. So I just wanted to say, man, he changed my mind. I thought he was going to be a jackass, but he wasn't. So I just want to ask you guys, you ever have an experience like that? You're like, man, I know I'm not going to like this person. You end up meeting him. You're like, bro.
I had an experience a little different. I had experience where I was like, these guys aren't going to really like me, and I'm just going to have to sort of deal with it. And that was when I was first going for the Monsters Comedian of the Year. I did not expect the Monsters to be so cool with me because
Really?
because I was like, I'm just a comedian hopping on. These guys, I expected them to be nice on air and everything like that, but I was shocked at how openly friendly Angel and Carlos and Savannah and Russ were the first day I met them, to the point where Angel was talking to me. He's like, yeah, when you come back, I didn't expect them to be bad people or rude to me. I came in there expecting I'm going to get that Hollywood shuffle. Hey, you're on the air. Come on, do this real quick, kid. Because that's just a business. It's not about being bad. And I was really shocked. The very first day I went on the Monsters to like when we were all going on to like talk and before our competition, I came in there like, all right, Miguel, just go in there, do your thing. They got a business to run. You're in and out, be funny. And I was really shocked. And then that's just a testament to who those guys in Savannah and everybody is there, that they're just warm people. But I didn't expect them to be rude or mean. There was nothing that hinted to that. I just didn't expect them to be so warm and welcoming.
To embrace you like that. They really did.
Yeah.
They really did.
And then that was a big deal.
You formed real relationships with all of them.
Yeah, they're genuinely really dope people too. And I mean that, like, Dirty Jim would when we were there, he would be like, hey, listen. I mean, he was literally giving me advice, man. He was like, when you're on the air, he's like, remember, he's like, if you got something good to say, he's like, say it, but don't just try to say stuff all the time. Like this is, nobody had to do that. Nobody had to do that. And it was definitely just nice that, it's basically like getting down with a team that's been rolling together for a while and finding out that to them, the most important thing to them was just making sure that the team played well, not an ego of I'm gonna be the best, And so I learned a lot from them, but I honestly never expected them to be so welcoming and warm, just because they're entertainers doing a job that they've been doing for years. It's hard to have some new person come in a couple times a week.
That's nice, man.
And Devin Siebold, I thought I would hate him, but turns out I love him.
Love Devin, man. Devin's different, man. We definitely
Devin, my homeboy. Is Devin on the spectrum? Sure.
And we ain't talking about cable.
Yeah, 100%. Is Devin? I'm going to tell you this, man. I say this, just bring this again too. Devin Siebold has been the dude since I've been in comedy that he could be performing at some like huge show, and Devin's doing big shows, arenas that are big.
Yes, he
but
is.
I can still make fun of him enough where I'm like, that one shook Devin, and he's the one giving me gigs. He's this, and and that's why I like Devin, because if you know Devin, he's a real good dude who really just does care. He
Big
just,
heart.
he built like a robot in his head. So he's like, trying to figure out compassion, But when he's your homeboy, man, that's my homeboy.
He looks out. He's
been a great homeboy, man. I love messing with him. He's a great homeboy.
Love him to death, man. Shout out to Devin. But Ken, for you, bro, you ever meet somebody that you were sure you was gonna absolutely hate them? You're not gonna get along with them, and you end up being really good friends?
Yeah, I mean, in the comedy game, because you meet comics all the time. But I'm not gonna use a person. I'm gonna use.
He's like Junior. Actor. First day I looked at him, came out his mom.
Susie came out. I should have dropped him.
Bro, better than me.
I'm gonna use events. When my wife asked me to go somewhere with her, and I'm like, this is gonna be so corny.
Yeah.
And I had the time of my life.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
and,
Yes.
I will never tell her that I had a good time.
Yeah.
That's right. Because you got to
I will,
keep
dude.
it real.
I show up and it'll be an event. It'll be her, her line sisters and sorority sisters and their husbands. And I ain't in the sorority or fraternity. And I'm like, this ain't gonna be well. Man, I'll be leaving there like, she's like, you had a good time. Man, it was all right. I done befriended 8 husbands.
Yeah.
We going out to smoke cigars Saturday.
Yeah.
You guys have a group text story. You like, it's all right. Bring.
Yeah.
Mark Wild. Mark Wild. Hey baby, hold the
Yo.
wheel. I gotta re-meme.
Yo, that is facts, man. Yo, anytime she asks me to go somewhere, I'm like, oh man, it's a Friday night. I could be doing comedy somewhere.
Yeah.
And
But
I go, James, I had the time of my life.
Me
bro.
too. But I think with our personalities, especially us three, we can go anywhere and we're gonna make it a good time. Like, man, if I have to be here, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna try to find something I can do, somebody I can talk to, some way I can act up to make this fun, man.
Yeah. I had a comic one time was like, hey man, you actually real cool. I'm like, me? You thought I was the uncool?
The problem. Yeah.
It was like, yeah, because comedians like you kind of mean and you make fun of people and this and that. I said, what? I'm a being a comedian?
Yeah.
Like I'm
What happened to our
I'm
profession,
being,
our art?
being fun with you. Like I like that's what's wrong with Ken.
Yeah.
This me.
Hey, for all the people out there who are civilians, we'll call you, they don't do comedy. If a comedian's messing with you, they probably like you. If they don't mess with you, they don't like you.
If they don't talk to you. If you walk up to Ken Miller and he start making jokes about your forehead and your lazy eye and all this, then that's cool. If you walk up to Ken Miller and he's like, how you doing? He does not like you.
Yeah, he don't like you. I told you that called them mere mortals, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you a comic and I'm messing with you, bro. That's love. That's love, B.
It does get awkward when you are friends with a comedian, but you do not like their significant other. That gets a little tricky.
When you're friends with anyone and you don't like their significant other, that's just a horrible spot to be in.
Or when your significant other don't like a comedian.
Talk about that.
Oh, James, man. Hey, I had to apply. I had to apply to Michelle 3 times before she was like, okay, she gave me the stamp. Y'all can hang out.
Bro. I was like, yo, I finally passed that test. It only took me 8 tries.
Yeah. I will say Michelle and Sean are a lot alike.
I've told comedians before when Dwayne asked Michelle to come to see a show and she came to his show
without
and go
me.
To yours.
Yes.
I was like, that means she liked you, bro. He said, man, I don't know Michelle like me. I said, bro, she came to see your show. Yeah. And James got a show right now. I said, bro, that means she like you, bro. Like that means you cool. Like,
I'll tell you this, kid. I'll go on record. I was very intimidated of Sean because she's a good person, and I was like, I know she knows canon comedy, but I hope she does it. Like, I was worried about like talking loose and making jokes and cracking on each other and being harsh at first when I met Sean because I was like, I don't know how protective she is of Ken, if she's gonna think this. And I would think the very first times I would always be like, pleasure to meet you, nice to see you, because I was like, I don't want her to think I'm one of the bad ones, man. I'm 40 years old, I'm single, I work at a sausage castle. There's a lot of like weight coming behind. I don't know about this one. People would be making jokes around me. Oh, Ken. I'd be like, oh, those opinions are rather comical, but he is a friend of mine.
And what people don't realize
I got such
about
a good black
Sean,
joke right now.
People don't realize. I think about Sean is, she's very professional. She very is, but she's down to earth.
Yeah,
she's real people.
On paper, though, she's way better than us.
She'll do.
She's right.
She'll do this though. If you're not messing with me or picking with me, she'll be like, yo, what's up? Why he so quiet to you? He don't like you? That's what she sees. Yeah. Now when you over there like, little kid, blah, 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 she be like, oh, y'all must be cool. She knows the game of comedy. But if she see you over there side-eyeing me and not saying nothing, that's when she's like, yo, what's up with this cat right here? Yo, do we need to go do something?
Bro, like, settle down.
I'm like, where you get that gauntlet from?
Sean reaching for the folding chair. Y'all got a
Slowly
folding
just
chair with
pulling
the
it
serial
over.
numbers
Yeah.
raved off and a silencer on it.
Bruh, I would say she swam there, but she just got her hair done, so I
Yeah,
know she didn't
that's
do that.
Head up,
funny.
head up. A dog paddle.
Oh,
Oh
dude,
man.
now I will say this: I have met some guys that I'm like, yo, I can't wait to meet this comic, and then I met him. I was like, wow,
A lot of
Yeah.
times they're boring. That's what it is. It's not even
wow,
that
this
they're
is
horrible people.
weird. Like,
Yeah, like,
I don't know,
wow.
man, but it could be too. Maybe because they're so Hollywood and so LA, so New York. Maybe they're just like,
Is that more the comic / actor that
That's what
acts
I'm
that
saying.
way?
It could be
Yeah,
that. It could be the
because the
fact, and they
com-
meet people all the time, and
yeah, and that's the cool thing about meeting famous comics. They usually personable and like
yeah.
social and
Dude,
like
Orlando
cool.
Jones,
Yeah, bro, he
bro.
was so good to
Oh
us.
my God, son. When we was back there in the green room with him,
Yes.
I was like, yo, I love you, man.
He was so
Like,
real. He
he
was
was
so
so
real with us,
funny,
man.
so real. He had a
Yeah.
Jerry curl. Like,
Yo.
he was
And he didn't put up any airs. He talked to us like we
bro.
talk. Yeah.
I swear he called me the N-word like 40 times. I was
And it
like,
felt good.
You know when somebody called me the N-word, I'm like, hey man, thank you, B. Thank you. Except for Captain America. Except for you.
Give
said more
Captain
N-
America, let Captain America get 2. He fought the Nazis and he froze. Give him 2. Hard R's too.
Yeah.
You know, every now and then it slips when Captain America is like talking to Brody. He's like, this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm learning.
Hey,
sorry.
Hey guys,
I'm
we
adapting.
got about a minute left, and I want
Hey,
to
Black
definitely give you
Widow,
guys
bitch,
an
get over here, man. Get the men
Wow.
some food. Get over here,
I wanna
bitch.
give
Get
you
the men
guys-
some food.
an opportunity to tell everybody where you guys gonna be performing this week, so they can hear all this hilarity. Ken, where you gonna be this week, man?
Wednesday, I'm in Wesley Chapel at Tap Room in Wesley Chapel. It's on my Facebook page. Check it out. And then Thursday through Saturday, headlining Snappers Comedy Club in Fort Myers, Laugh-In Snappers. So make sure you come through.
Nice, man. Nice. Where you gonna be, Miguel?
Friday, I'm gonna be at Laugh Out Lounge, dropping it for a guest spot for reasons. And so catch me over there. Mike Hurley, he's headlining the show. Is gonna be a dope show.
Nice, man. We support Mike Hurley, who used to be a part of Real Last Man. Go definitely check him out at Laugh Out Lounge, run by a buddy of ours, Mike Lee in Winter Haven. This Thursday, I'm going to be watching Blue Beetle with Mr. Jeff Kaufman.
Nice.
And definitely check out our other show on iHeart on Real Radio right here called Under Oath that I get to do with him each and every week. Thank you guys for listening. It's been nothing but a pleasure. On behalf of myself, James John, my wonderful man, Mr. Ken Miller, and as always, my partner, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. Ken, tell him what to do.
Take your ass to bed.
We out.